Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. Last time, we fell off the Albed boat and got separated from Riku, landing on the island of Besaid. In this episode, we're going to be heading off to the village, but first things first, what you need to do, you can do this at any time you want, even the fact you could do this before you end up going to see Wakka from the last cutscene. If you come up over this way, there is a secret chest. And this is an important secret chest, one of the most important ones in the game, as it obtains the Moon Crest. The Moon Crest is used for one of the super weapons of the game for one of the characters. You can grab it at any time you want. I recommend grabbing it early so then you don't end up forgetting about it. So yes, that is one of the most powerful items in the game to give you one of the most powerful weapons of the game. So, already, barely beginning the game, we are already able to start farming for our super weapons, and I love that. Just like I love Besaid's music. Alright, Wakka, lead the way. So yes, Besaid Island, definitely one of my more favorite tracks for the HD Remaster's covering of it. That's quite for certain. But Wakka's over here, but I see no village.
Huh?
I love that little, yeah! I was tempted to put in Mikey Kelly's scream from Ratchet & Clank 1 and 3, honestly. So, we've got another one-time only area here. I don't know why this game loves doing the one-time only areas. You can fight piranhas here, but I'm going to be showing these ones off just because one of them actually shows off different types of battles that I can get into because I didn't talk about those just yet. There's also a chest that's going to be underwater that you can grab, but let's fight some piranhas first. This is a normal type of battle. You'll know special type of battles later on, but we can use Spiral Cut. One thing about Spiral Cut and Tidus's overdrives in general, you will unlock more overdrives for Tidus if you end up actually using his overdrives consistently. I believe you have to use Spiral Cut for a certain amount of times to unlock his next one, use the next one for a certain amount of times to unlock that, lather, rinse, repeat. Tidus has a total of 4 overdrives, so keep that in mind. Wakka uses his Blitz Ball to attack. It can be used to attack aerial enemies as well, which is very beneficial. But here we have a chest, so let's open it up and get 2 antidotes. That is a one-time only chest, and here's where I get to go into different types of battles. We have a preemptive strike. There are 3 types of battles that you can have inside this game. There is a preemptive strike, an ambush, and regular battles. Regular battles, nothing special happens for it. Depending on how fast your characters are, determines what speed they go at. Generally, Tidus will be the one going faster. Preemptive strikes mean that your team gets to go first, and being ambushed means that your opponent gets to go first. You need to watch out for ambushes sometimes because sometimes it can do a lot of damage. It's randomized at when it happened, and there isn't anything to really increase your chance of a preemptive strike, just like there isn't really a way to increase your chances of being ambushed. I believe it's all related to luck, but that might be all that it is. I could be wrong, though. I do know luck is tied to when you get critical hits like I just got right there. So, yeah, I was able to actually explain things pretty well. So, no items were found, so let's keep going forward to where the blinking light on the map is telling me to go. And we got a cutscene. I don't like that laugh. Oh, no.
Let me go.
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
Hit that nail on the head, that's for sure.
A major Blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
Sure thing.
Ooh, our team is gonna rock, eh?
I don't know about that, Wakka. Something's...
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
If there's one thing that connects everything together, it's sports. I love them sports.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years. And we never won a game.
Oh, God, what have I gotten myself
After last year's
into?
tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
More loading. Gosh darn it.
So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament? Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best.
Your best
Give it
isn't good
all.
enough, though.
I can walk away happy.
But your best has been
No,
shown
no,
to
no,
not
no,
be
no.
good enough.
If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a Blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
Well, I mean, you know, clearly your best hasn't been good enough, so instead of playing for your best, why don't you try and focus on winning? So then, you know, your best could be leveled up higher. You're more motivated.
Ah, the one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, 'twould be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What, you forgot that too?
He has amnesia.
Hey, sorry.
At least
Don't worry about
accordingly.
it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
Well, that sounds like a place we'll be stopping by for 2 reasons, actually. One of which is to find out about the Crusaders. The other is to get a collectible item. That is actually missable. It's not permanently missable like the last one, but it's still missable.
Besaid Village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Gata are usually there.
It's a little bit of a small village, I must say.
All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
And now you have a rare instance in this game. You could actually interact with the cutscene, so I don't know any
Of course, I've
prayers.
never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot or something. Here, I'll show you.
Well, you know, Sin's toxin and everything, if Riku's to be believed. Seriously, well, the toxin is made out to be basically like
Go ahead, you try.
it causes amnesia. These people do not know how to deal with amnesiacs, like, at all. It's actually rather bad.
Not bad.
He actually says something different if
Okay,
you
now, go
chose
present
the
yourself
other
to the
option.
Temple Summoner.
Any Blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the Blitzball sign for victory.
Huh. So it seems sports has become religion. Oh no. That could be bad. But more about sports. Anyway, there's a chest at the beginning of the village. We'll be getting that one later. But for right now, we're going to go to the Crusaders' Lodge. go through a loading screen, which I always forget to cut these things out. And I think it's because of the music still playing for it, and that always messes with me. But go right here in front of the Crusaders Lodge, and you get the second Al Bhed primer. So, that's good.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Better idea. Tell me, so then I don't have to go and pray at the temple. That could be a lot easier. I mean, I'm gonna be milking this whole amnesia thing for a while, ladies and gentlemen, because, I mean, kind of in a new world, but can't tell them where he's from because no one will believe him. It's a good thing that Sin has this magical toxin that just so happens to cause amnesia. Otherwise, we'd probably have no excuse at all. Probably be executed, too. Nah, I'm just overreacting. And now for the Hymn of the Faith, which is honestly one of my also favorite tracks of the game, which wasn't really remixed for the HD remaster. I think this is one of the only tracks that actually did not get an HD reorchestration.
It was them standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
It's very grandiose, I must admit, considering everything else around. And a nice statue.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Oh, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin.
Oh, okay, that's all it is. Okay. Seriously, that's like the end-all be-all excuse.
It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
I still find
The
it funny.
summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
Well, men and women, there could be two types of High Summoners. And apparently if we pray hard enough, the toxin will release us. See, I don't think that's going to be the case. It's a toxin. Unless the prayer is literally magic, then I don't think it's going to. And so far, all I've seen the prayer do is be related to sports and not magic. Oh well, let's go and talk to Wakka. Maybe we can get some food. I'm hungry. Wakka, food!
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet.
God dang it.
Take a nap. You look bushed.
Nap does sound nice.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly.
Been nearly what? Been nearly what? Tell me! Oh, great, another flashback.
But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
I'm sensing daddy issues. I'll just go with a hunch on that.
Waka?
Huh. Wonder where Waka went. Maybe he's at the temple. That's probably our best bet. Whenever you can't find people, they're more likely inside the biggest building inside the entire village. And that happens to be the temple. But if we go down over here, there are 3 chests. This is the remains of a house that Sin had destroyed, apparently. So, what better thing to do than to loot it? They're dead. They don't need their stuff. That is my mentality in games. They're dead. They don't need stuff. And if they're still alive, then they will die, and they will give me their stuff. Especially if it's Fallout. Especially if it's Fallout. Alright, so...
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
Not really.
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Uh-oh.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
Oh! Screw the authority! Go, one short-wearing man. Seriously, change your outfit, Titus. I hate the one
Maybe.
short thing.
This wasn't such a good idea after all.
And now we have the Cloister of Trials. Those who seek to learn Yevon's secret arts are tested by the Cloister of Trials. They must find their way to the Chamber of Faith. So, pretty much we're gonna have to be doing this for a couple of dungeons. So, these right here are glyphs. Glyphs will generally lead you to the direction in which you need to go. By simply touching a glyph, you can reveal new passages, spheres, and pretty much that's it. So, the glyph turned over here, so let's touch it again. And magic. Ooh, with whimsy. The door opens. So, let's keep going down, and here we have spheres. You must use spheres to get any further. There are 3 types of spheres. There are glyph spheres, which open the way to the Chamber of Faith. There are the spheres of destruction, which open the ways to hidden treasure, which we're going to have to get. And there are Besaid spheres. Besaid spheres aren't a common type of sphere. Generally, the type of sphere that's related to a dungeon, it's unique to that dungeon. In this case, Besaid spheres are unique to this Cloister of Trials. In later temples, we're going to have things like Kilika spheres, Jose spheres, Macalania spheres, things such as those. But the main ones that are important for us are the the glyph spheres, because they reveal new ways and new paths for us to go to, and the spheres of destruction, which reveal hidden treasures. You're going to need to get all the hidden treasures in order to get a special Aeon in this game that is hidden, as well as to get the other hidden Aeons. So you're going to need to do that. Anyway, put the glyph sphere inside here, and you can open up this door. This door inside here reveals the sphere of destruction. So we'll leave that right there for right now, because we're going to be needing to push things through. So, all right, nothing right there. But if we touch the symbols on the wall for Yevon, a glyph appears, and the way opens up. The Cloister of Trials get more and more difficult over time, so do not worry if you get a little bit stuck. There are ways that this game has it that you can simply solve the puzzles again and start over. So you can never truly get stuck inside them, and you can always find your way to the Cloister of Trials. Now, the Spheres of Destruction can be a little bit more difficult. Anyway, this right here is a pedestal. You can move these around into certain areas by simply hitting up, left, right, or down on the directional pad or on the C stick. Depends on which one you choose. Doesn't really matter too much. But before we push this stone slab forward, we need to take care of the Sphere of Destruction. So let's take this and put it inside the only hole that is left for us, which is inside right here. Put it inside right here. You can do the Cloister of Trials again later in the game, but since I'm playing the international version, there is something that makes it a little bit difficult to redo some of these ones. So I recommend doing these on your first try for the Spheres of Destruction, so you do not need to worry too much, and you'll be barred from the temples for a while, come something that happens later in the game. But here is our treasure, which is a Rod of Wisdom. And you can obtain hidden items by using Destruction Spheres. Yep, you're gonna need to get all the Destruction Sphere treasures in order to get a special Aeon in this game, as I mentioned earlier, so keep that in mind. But let's keep pushing this forward and head on down.
Hey, what's gotten into you? Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
And like magic, it turns into an elevator.
Whoa, ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it?
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
Name's Tidus. And CG! Why is there no loading screen going to the CG cutscenes, yet for other cutscenes there's a loading screen? I don't get this. Like, seriously, why is that? Good reflexes, Catman. Good reflexes.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Yay! I think! Oh, now there wasn't a loading screen at all. Why couldn't it be more like that? Seriously! What the heck?
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
But, anyway guys, I'm gonna end it off right here. This is Roxas1359. Next time, we're gonna check out what this summoner can do.